Hey guys, so today I'm going to be talking about my personality, and maybe we can compare our personality traits and see how much alike we really are. So in this video I'm going to be talking about two different things that describe my personality. So one is from the Myers-Briggs Personality Indicator, and the second one is from my zodiac sign. So if you've never heard of it before, the Myers-Briggs Personality Type Indicator is a self-reporting questionnaire that indicates the differing psychological preferences and how people see the world and make decisions. So basically it gives you 4 letters in the end that describe your psychological way of thinking. And the next one I'm going to be talking about is my zodiac sign, which is Cancer. And just as a little definition, astrology is the study of movements and relative positions of celestial bodies, and celestial bodies are like the planets, stars, moons, and all of that in space, and they are interpreted as having an influence on human affairs and the natural world. Now I just want to put kind of a disclaimer here. Now, astrology definitely is a controversial study, whether you believe in it or not. I'm kind of on the fence about it. I think it's very interesting, and my personality traits completely are me, completely describe me to a T, so I think that that's why it's very intriguing for me. I think it's very interesting, and I've recently gone into astrology. Even though I don't fully believe in it, I think it's very fun to learn about new things in the world. So anyways, let's start off with the Myers-Briggs personality test. So my letters are INFJ, and overall that personality type is called the most contemplative. So if you've never heard of this before, basically it gives you 4 different letters that overall round up your personality. So you can either be an extrovert or an introvert, and this is kind of where you get your energy from. So an introvert gets their energy from being alone or in small groups, and this doesn't technically mean that they're shy, it just means that they enjoy time alone, and they can also be confident and outspoken in certain situations. And extroverts get their energy from other people, so they are the loud people, the ones who enjoy being at parties around many people. They enjoy working on multiple things at once and at a quick pace. And also, you can be like a mix of two. There are many people I know who are like 50-50 on both. But anyways, the next 2 letters that you will that they will pick from are either sensing or intuition, and I'm intuition. So this is kind of how you gather information. So the intuitive person focuses on possibilities. They see the big picture of something and see how everything connects. They enjoy creating ideas and concepts. While sensing or sensors focus on the realistic aspect of the world and ideas, and they use their 5 senses to assess how things work and pay close attention to concrete facts and details. Also, I want to apologize that I will be reading off of my screen because I want to get the correct definitions and descriptions of these things. So I'm sorry that I will be reading off of the screen a little bit here and there. So the next 2 letters that they will choose from are either thinking or feeling, and this is kind of how you make decisions. So the thinkers make decisions logically and analytically. They value fairness and are usually level-headed. And the feelers, which is me, base decisions on personal values and how their decisions affect others. They are usually described as empathetic and warm. The last 2 letters are either J or P, so either judging or perceiving, and this totally has to do with organization. So the judgers like rules, deadlines, and structure, and they prefer clear, detailed instructions and enjoy making plans, and that is is me. And the last one is perceiving. They are spontaneous and flexible. They don't enjoy deadlines and detailed instructions and prefer to improvise rather than plan. So obviously while I was reading those off, you can kind of guess what you are, and I will leave a link below where you can actually take this test and find out what exact letters you are. So now I'm going to give a brief, actually it's not a brief, I'm going to give a description of INFJ women. I did this on women specifically because I wanted it to gravitate directly towards me. So some of these things probably apply to an INFJ man as well, but I specifically wanted it to be towards women so that it was to me specifically, if that makes sense. Anyways, let's get right into it. So, INFJ is one of the least common personality types in women. It is actually the third least common. Because of this, many women with this personality type may struggle to relate to other mainstream femininity. And I find that that's totally true. Like, I'm always like thinking how different I am to like many of my friends and people I meet at work or at school or something. So they are very rare individuals who usually stand out from the norm. INFJs are naturally warm people who have large and beautiful hearts. They love deeply and often care about everyone they meet to an extent. I find that that's very, very true. I am such a compassionate person. It's crazy. They show compassion, warmth, and are extremely supportive towards individuals they care about. They are very good listeners and absorb information very easily. This means that they are good at giving helpful advice. Yes, I find that I'm very good at giving other people advice, but I'm very bad at taking my own advice. So if you need any advice, hi. INFJs give so much of themselves to people they love, which can also be a struggle. They can often become exhausted because of this, which leads them to needing lots of time alone, which I completely agree with. Like, I spend a lot of my time alone, but then I spend a lot of my time with my family and friends, and then I end up caring about them so much that it almost wears me down, and I forget about myself. Okay, so this coldness can sometimes be seen as selfish, but in reality, they really just need time to recharge. I feel like that's totally an introvert thing. Like, whenever I'm around people for a long period of time, or even an hour, I feel so exhausted from just talking and being around other people that I need to be alone and recharge my batteries. INFJs are usually interested in different hobbies than most women. They are drawn towards things that have depth in meaning rather than activities with shallow meaning. Instead of doing activities because it is what they should do, they focus on the personal meaning behind it. And I find that that's pretty true for me. I don't play any sports, I don't really play video games or anything like that, and I guess those things can definitely have a deeper meaning, but to me personally they don't, so I feel like I don't gravitate towards doing those things. I would rather do something creative or something that has very deep meaning to me or people around me. They certainly dance to the beat of their own drum, but do not have trouble finding many female friends. They do, however, struggle with finding friendships with deep connection and ones that they desire to nurture. I find that this is a very true thing as well. For me, I've had many friends in the past, but I haven't really had tons of super close, true friends forever type of deal. So I find that statement is very true about me as well. Something that INFJ women struggle with is being both emotional and logical, which, yes, that is totally me. I feel like I can't differ between being logical and being emotional because I totally always want to decide things based on my emotional side when the logical side should win, if that makes any sense. They usually favor their emotions because they want to be considerate of others' feelings. Yes, I do that. Because of this emotional and nurturing behavior, INFJs are often overlooked for their knowledge. This personality type is often quiet and keeps to themselves, but when they believe in themselves, they will often express it. Yes, oh my gosh, I do that a lot. I keep to myself and I'm quiet most of the time, but whenever I achieve something I'm proud of, I really want to boast about it. I just want to tell people a good thing I've done or if I've achieved something I wanted to. INFJs strongly believe in people they love and usually see the best in people. This is an ability that forces people around them to become the best versions of themselves. Although they see the best in people, they often see the worst in themselves. I find that I am very hard on myself for like very tiny things, and people say, oh, it's fine, that doesn't even matter, but to me it matters. Okay, so that is the description of an INFJ woman. Now, I did not include everything, like there are tons of other things I could have included in there, but I just kind of wrote down things that I think very much apply to me. And you can look at your personality type under like love or career or family and see if it fits to you. Like I found that very interesting that people analyze the personality types based on parts of their life, like their family, career, and all that stuff. It's very, very cool. I will actually link the website that I found all this information on in the down bar below. So next we're going to be talking about my zodiac sign, which is Cancer. And yeah, this is a lot more of a short explanation, but yeah, there's tons of information about your zodiac sign, and you can even get like a birth chart which expands your personality. It's very, very cool. Yeah, so I am a Cancer. My birthday is on July 7th. So yeah, here's the little brief explanation. Cancer women are both peaceful and passionate, a force of perplexing emotion, and can be stubborn, compliant, furious, and docile all in the same hour. Yes, that is very me. Like, my emotions can sometimes be a roller coaster all in the same day, and there isn't even like a specific reason why. My emotions can just be crazy. Cancer women are very sensitive, not only of her needs, but the needs of others as well. This makes them one of the most sympathetic and caring people. If you criticize them, they may take it very personally and may never forget it, which is definitely a downside to being me. I definitely take a lot of things personally, even though like maybe it was a joke or something. So that's definitely a downside, but I'm trying to work on that, like not taking everything personally. They are deeply intuitive. If they don't feel right about something, they are normally correct. Nothing describes Cancer women better than home is where the heart is. Yes, I spend probably like 80% of my time at home, and I enjoy being at home a lot. Like, sometimes we go on trips during the summer, and on like the second day, I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to be at home because I miss it. I'm such like a homebody. Friends and family are a very high priority, and the home environment is where they feel most secure. They're natural caregivers in relationships, but may sometimes desire more equality in this area. A Cancer woman loves being catered to because they do so much caregiving for others. I find that this is very true. Like, I care so much about my pets and my family and my friends and everything that sometimes I'm like, oh no, where's like the care for me? Because I give it so much. But I mean, it's totally fine. I feel like this is just like a part of my personality. This is just a part of my personality that like comes out sometimes. They love being around children and animals and is highly creative, musical, and literate. If you already know, I am in school for ECE, so obviously I enjoy being around kids, and I have 4 pets at home, so obviously I enjoy being around animals as well. I also consider myself very creative. Cancer women handle money wisely and would strive in a career such as teaching, nursing, counseling, and journalism. That specific line I wanted to include in here because 3 of those 4 careers I considered doing for a long time, which I thought was such a coincidence. Like, I never wanted to be a nurse, but I wanted to teach, do counseling, or be a journalist. Like, isn't that such a coincidence? So that is the end of the little short description of Cancer that I thought truly fitted me. So let me know in the comments below what your Myers-Briggs personality type is and what your zodiac sign is, and maybe we can see if we're compatible as friends or see how similar we are to each other. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and hopefully I will see you very, very soon. Bye!